Good morning and slightly into afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allen, San Antonio, Texas. And today we're going to be making a bay window fun fold from this month's kit. So we have to add a 4 by 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of cardstock. But I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, and it's just very easy to do, right? So, and it comes out really cute. So let's go down the hands and let's do this. And if you're in San Antonio, tomorrow we'll be doing cards for kids in the hospital at 2500 Hubner Road. It's at Independent Hill, and we'll be in their conference room downstairs. So join us if you can, right? Because it's all about making cards for kids in the hospital. We'd love to have you there with us. All right, let's go down the hands. Let's do this, right? It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's game night for us. Family night. So yeah. All right, so these are items we've already made. Here's a fun fold we previously made. This is a gate fold, fun fold. And this actually comes open and folds out as well too. That was actually in the kit. So that design was, I should say. Let me quantify that differently. Set this aside, and this is what we're going to be doing, okay? So what I have done, I've set some balloons here because, yes, I have a special people in my life. You saw Gabe here couple months ago doing origami, and today is his 15th birthday. So I've written the measurements down for you right there, and I'm just going to show you what I've done. So I've taken, like I said, a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of white basic cardstock. I've scored it at 5 1/2, 6 1/2, 7 3/4, and 9 1/2, and 10 3/4. And this is important because this is what's going to hold and pop out the center of your bay window. Okay. All right. So what we've done with what's in the kit. This was actually in the kit already, right? And it's folded out. So what I've done is I've just came and I cut it down to 5 1/4. Is that right? I'm sorry. That's 5 1/2. 5 1/2. Okay, now all I did, this was actually in the kit itself, just like this. If I can get it all going the right direction. So I wanted to be able to see these candles here because we're going to put his 15th birthday on here, and it's here. So this was already on this edge. I just cut it off, and I cut this off right here because this is going to be the pop-up part in the bay window, and I just cut this down to 3 1/4. And then here's the rest of it. So I just made sure this is 5 1/2 because I wanted the continual flow, right? So it looked like it all went together. And then I'm just going to set this side, the other side for the next time. This is going to be our tag, all right? Because I don't think he's going to want pink, right? So we're going to flip it over and do it all white. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to first adhere this down. I'm going to adhere this down right here. This is extra, so we're not using that right now either. So I'm going to at least adhere this down right here. And I'm just going to use a tape runner just because that's easier for the moment. Yeah, so this is already scored, right? So when you got the kit already had this scored for you to be able to make this a fun fold anyway on the front of the card. So we're going to ignore that. In fact, I'm not even going to pay attention to it because we're just going to glue it down right down the middle there. And we're just going to glue this down here. So I'm just going to center it just like this here. Okay, I didn't get quite that. So yeah, so long as you haven't like mashed it down completely or anything, I didn't get quite on the edge like I wanted. So I'm just going to gently pull it off. Thank you. All right, maybe just start on this end. Whichever ends, I thought I had it straight, but oh. So this white part here, you know what? I can't do the white part. I gotta keep in mind. All right, we might have to trim this just a little bit as I'm looking at this now. I wasn't thinking about that little piece right there. I was just gonna do it all the way down. All right, so we're just gonna redo that. It's not a problem. I don't sweat the small stuff. To me, that's small stuff. I could wrap that around, but I'm not sure that I would really like that. So I'm just gonna take the scissors and I'm just gonna cut down here. Right, so this is like any time I create, right? I have to post a picture of me creating and doing stuff yesterday. There's nothing like having, right? You spend all the time and effort to clean up your house or your kitchen or whatever. I worked real hard to clean the kitchen up. And just for me to create and just make another big mess, right? So I gotta clean it up again. All right, so notice here, because this is going to tuck in. All right. Okay. Now the way this is going to also work is we need to put this over here, but we need to lift it up with dimensionals. All right, and we got to keep in mind that white is going to tuck in over here. So I'm gonna put this more to this side here. Okay. And that way when I go and tuck the other over here, it's not right there. And you'll see what I mean in a minute when I get this done here. I'm just looking to see on my other one how close I got. I want to say I got super close. Okay. Yep. So if you're not sure, just gently put it down like this and I'll show you. So when it goes to be the bay window, we're going to fold on the score lines, right? Let's see where my next score line is, right there. That one's going to be folded down. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Here is my bay window here. And then this part is going to be tucked under. Okay, so you sort of do have to think it through just a little bit. So it's actually going to come in here when I get through. It's going to come just like this right here. Okay? And that's what's going to make it pop up and be the bay window. So you can get it as close to the edge as you want. All right? I just make sure I leave a little gap so it can fold in there. Because what happens with the bay window here is you can actually sit up here and... Where's I lost my thought? Oh, it'll stand up, right? It's a stand-up card with a bay window, and we have something poking out, right? Okay, so this piece right here is actually going to be glued down or adhered down. So this also helps give the bay window. And all we're going to do is I'm just going to come right here, and that is done. All right. So I'm just going to fold this back here so you can see it. So here's our part of the bay window, and it's going to tuck right here. Okay. So let me come back over here. I might just screw this. Let me get my bone folder here, just so I can get that a better crease, so it'll pop up more, right? Because like I said, it's going to go right in here, just like that. We might have to put something in there to help make it a little bit tug. Because my other one, I did not have that issue at all. But I don't have the centerpiece on here yet either, okay? So just keep that in mind. I don't have the centerpiece here either. I'm looking, okay? Okay, so with our centerpiece here, this is going to be our centerpiece. And today is Gabe's 15th birthday. So we're going to stamp that. And we're going to put happy birthday here, okay? And we'll see if we can put balloons on here or not. Let's at least get this stamped here. Right at 15, you know, I don't know if he wants... We can get a birthday list out of him, right? They're too funny. Too funny. But you saw him this summer, and he sat there and was doing origami. He does it very well. And enjoys origami. But it's too funny, right? So one minute they want to do one thing, and then the next minute they don't. So, yeah, it's just being a teenager, right? We've all been there. Like I tell them, we've all been a teenager. We have nothing on them because we've been there ourselves. We've been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that, and been there, done that. So I was going to put this happy birthday down here, but I could easily just put up top. But, right? So I really didn't want to cover up these guys because the thing is, I still have a little bit of room, right? So that's what you got to keep in mind is I can put this right here, right? And we can't put the happy birthday right here. I was just trying not to cover up anything. Okay, we'll just go ahead and do that, and I can actually put that up on dimensionals. That way I can get my 15th here in here. You know how it is at 15. What are you thinking about? Driver's license. So, yeah. So this Nana does with her grandkids is when they get their learner's permit and they come to visit, I have my own chauffeur for the summer when they come. I like it. So I get them to drive everywhere. They're going like everywhere. It's like everywhere. Everywhere. So I'm going to put this up on dimensionals right here, and then I'm going to put that on top. So yes, I remember grandson number one was like, "Are you gonna make me drive on the freeway?" I'm going, "Yes." But you know what I do? I sit there do it on a Saturday morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. I know they usually groan, but they want to drive, right? So to teach them how to go on the freeway Saturday morning at 7 o'clock is a good time because not many people are up and about on the freeway at 7 o'clock. I'm not saying there isn't anybody, right? I'm just saying there's not that many people. So it's just a good thing. So it's birthday time, and that's what he's looking in countdown mode. That during the holidays, he's got driver's ed, and then I forget, he's in different states, so it's a little bit different what they have to do to be able to get their driver's license. Right. All right, so we're going to put this right up here. Now, I'm just going to put the dimensionals on here at the moment. So if I wanted to hang up here and hang up a little bit higher, right, I have to keep in mind that I have to keep my dimensionals right there at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this right here, and I'll put it at the bottom. And I'll just give that happy birthday a little bit of support there. But so you can see how the bay window, so actually by putting this on here, it's going to help it. See how that's going to stand like that? So the key is you have to have this down here, this helps support it here, and then we sat there and made sure there was just enough on the bottom there to sit up there, or on the right side there to sit there so you can sit up there and tuck it under, and that's what holds it up, right? So I'm going to put this right here because even if I change my mind, right, I can still trim off this right here. I'm not sure if I want that yet or not. It's a guy, right? It's a boy. All right, so I'm trying to think what I could do with some birthdays. See, I just don't think he's going to be crazy about this. You know, you have to love him, right? You just have to love him. I think I'm just going to let it be for the moment, okay? I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, because everything's pink, right? So I'm not going to do pink to him. All right, I'm just going to let this go at the moment, all right? He's 15. He's most likely be just happy with this right here. Let's see what else we have. So we actually have 2 stamp sets for this month. One is actually with numbers. It's got a bander, and that's where I got the TH for the 15th. And then I also have this here. So we could add, you know what, Candy? Let's do this. Let's add some more candles to the bottom, right? So if it was up to me, we'd have 15 candles. But I'm sure he doesn't want to hear about 15 candles on his birthday. He just wants the money or whatever his gift's going to be, right? Let me see if I got a shorter amount right here. I was thinking I had a shorter stack, but I may not. All right, we're going to do this old school, all right? And that is, I just want to add some of these down here, right? And when I say old school, I'm not going to be able to put everything up there. I won't be able to put all the sparkle up there. I could sit there and stamp the sparkle, right? But I just want to put some of these extra little candles at the bottom here. So this is all I'm going to do. I'm just going to come and use my scissors. You can call it fussy cutting. You can call it hand cutting. Different people call it different things, right? So I'm just going to do it so I can add a few more. And I don't have to do all of them, right? I can just sit up here and just do a couple of candles. And I can shorten them and mix them up. Okay, so you see where I'm headed with this here? I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple more down here because I can. Because I can put my cinnamon or whatever I want to do on the inside, right? So I'm just going to add a few more of these. I'm trying to see if I had any more. I do not. Okay, so we're going to add some of this. And let me get this one here with the stripes. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all we need. So, right, so yes, if I don't always have what I want, then I just go to whatever I was working with, and it's like, okay, do I have it there that I can add, right? So don't sweat the small stuff, right? Because the thing is this is leftover from what I cut originally, right? And I always tell you to hold on to your scrap pieces, because we can always use them, right? And here's a perfect example. I'm going to try to clip a little bit of that sparkle and see if it makes a difference right there. Here's a perfect example where we're taking our leftover stuff, our leftover materials, and we're just going to add them here, okay? So for me, the easiest thing to do is just go ahead and add a little glue. And we'll trim them afterwards after it dries. Give it a moment to dry. So I'm just going to add this right here. And since this is all just fun in here like they did it, I'm going to do the same thing, right? And we're just going to make them different heights. And I'm just going to do it to the side right there. And then we'll let that dry a moment, and then we can add more if we want to. But that's it. Let's see what else. I was just trying to think if I could do half a balloon, but that just wouldn't look right. Yep. Anyway, it's not his type of thing. Okay, right, because we give a card. We give a card based on, I know people say, well, people should be grateful. They got a gift and everything. All right, we were all teenagers once. So it's like I tell the love of my life. We were all teenagers at one time, and most probably the same way, just different generations. Technology is handled just differently, so we're just going to let it go. All right, and so I think that's it. I don't think, if I want to, I could add a couple more, but I think I'm doing good. I'm okay with it, and you know what? We're just going to let that go. All right, so I'm going to put that aside. And here is our third alternative. So there's our bay window. That's what it looks like when it pops up. It'll go into your envelope just fine, because this is 5.5, our standard size, right? And it's just going to pop up like that. Whoop, whoop. I like it. Yep. And this Nana can put whatever I want to on the inside, and I can also put a gift card. I'm trying to think of a gift card. No. So yes, I could still put a gift card in here. Not a problem, right? There you go. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that, right? Because it is simple to make a bay window. I just covered it with the bay because the bay is going to make this pop out, right? So that's the thing to remember is when you're making this, that's what we're doing. So here's our alternatives we've already made. Let me get the third alternative for you. Here was the third alternative that we made. I'll push that all out of the way. Here's the measurements if you need the measurements. All right. And then these, so these are the alternatives, and these are the ones that were in the kit that we made as the directions instructed us to do, right? So it's all about creating, sharing, and giving. And if it is your birthday month, let me know, and we'll see about getting you a birthday card, all right? So I hope you enjoyed that, right? It's all about showing you how you can easily make fun fold cards and anything else that we can from just the kit, and just adding a few little accessories like cardstock. This is Space White cardstock today. So thank you for supporting us here, not only here but also on Adventure Stamping, and also for supporting us on YouTube and Instagram. With that, have an amazing weekend, and if you have a chance, come at least check us out at Creating Cards for Kids in the Hospital tomorrow. We have it from 10 to 1, but that's because people come and go, right? So that's what it's all about, doing things for the kiddos. You know, if you've ever had a child in the hospital for any length of time, especially like 30 days and so forth and all, they are delighted to receive something, right? So that's what it's all about. It's making a difference. So go out there, share, create, and give. And I look forward to seeing you next week with Teach Me Nana. Bye.